day on a Moveable Feast, we take flight on an eagle.
Bit of rite of passage for every child growing up in Melbourne, wasn't it?
Visit a mysterious jackalope, and we find the luckiest man in Australia.
You've married a girl who owns a brewery.
Yes. I'm Ross Stevenson, radio guy and avid traveller. Together with my good friend and co-host of our weekly food and travel show, Kate Stevenson, no relation, we are on a quest to find the best food and travel experiences this state has to offer. This isn't a regular travel show. This is a Moveable Feast. Righto, I'm driving, you're directing. Where are we headed?
Well, not long now. We're just about there on the peninsula, so we're going to jump off at the Dramana after the seat exit.
Well, hang on, let me park one thought there. Where are we going?
So we're going to Little Rebel, which is a coffee roastery, back blocks of Dramana.
When I was growing up, there would not have been one human being living in Dramana that drank coffee.
Really?
Yeah, they would have all been tea drinkers.
Victoria's Mornington Peninsula is a diamond and only 90 minutes drive southeast of Melbourne. This paradise offers enough contrasting landscapes to give holidaymakers a long list of options, from an overnight getaway to a few weeks of laid-back relaxation. But as usual, things have changed a little since Ross was last here.
So Melbourne has got to the stage where you can be on the back blocks of Dramana and come across a coffee roastery and a coffee shop.
Feels like it's straight out of Fitzroy.
Oh, and by the way, Dramana is part of what?
The Mornington Peninsula.
The Mornington Peninsula. I bet you we'll find people today who will refer to it as the Peninsula.
Because there's clearly only one.
So I've only done the breakfast program this morning, so this will be coffee number 6.
Little Rebel is located in Dramana on the peninsula. That's the Mornington Peninsula. It's a coffee roaster that specialises in, you guessed it, coffee.
What are you having?
What am I going to have?
You're going to have a long black with the single origin?
I'll have a soy latte.
A soy latte?
Yeah.
That's okay, you can have that. Yeah, no, that's okay.
And I'm going to can I grab a long mac?
A long mac. That sounds beautiful.
While we waited for the coffees, we went for a wander and bumped into Joe, the chief coffee roaster.
You bring in the mullet back.
I don't think it's ever going to be back. No,
I don't think Joe
We're here to make good coffee.
My radio colleague Steve Price considers himself to be a bit of a wine snob, and years ago I blindfolded him on air and told him he couldn't tell the difference between red wine and white wine, and I demonstrated that he thought white wine was red wine. Yeah, serious. I'll have him confirm. Are there coffee snobs who say, oh, I know that's from Colombia, oh, you know that's from Honduras, you know, this is from the western side of the mountain. Are there coffee snobs who over-exaggerate their ability?
I think there definitely are, yes. But there are certain characteristics that define regions of coffee. And, but yeah, I wouldn't say you'd be able to pick the country that it's grown, but you'd be able to pick the gene of coffee or the process that was used to get it to the cup.
I saw one of your sacks before and your boss was telling me that it's stamped to say that no child labour was involved in production.
Yeah, there's lots of foundations been founded to ensure we have ethics in the industry.
So, well and truly satisfied with the extent that Little Rebel go to ensure their coffee is ethically produced, Ross had a final question to pose.
Proprietor is Pete Roberts. Pete, beautiful coffee.
Thank you.
Very, very light. Last question.
Yes.
Are we on the peninsula or the Mornington Peninsula?
Most of the locals call it the peninsula, but it is the Mornington Peninsula.
Word will get back to the Bellarine Peninsula, you know that, don't you?
Yeah, Mornington Peninsula's a lot nicer.
Oh, there you go.
With coffees in hand, it was time to hit the road for the short drive from Dramana to Arthur's Seat. The Arthur's Seat Eagle opened in December 2016, and as this was my first flight, I was really looking forward to the trip.
Bit of rite of passage for every child growing up in Melbourne, wasn't it, to come down to what used to be the Arthur's Seat chairlift, which is now the Eagle?
Can we say most children?
You didn't do it?
I didn't do it.
Your parents have neglected you as a child.
Excuse me, I saw pictures of the old chairlift. I have absolutely no problem with the fact that I didn't go on it. That would have been terrifying, yeah?
I actually can't remember.
Luckily, the trip wasn't too terrifying at all. In fact, it all went pretty quickly.
Michelle, that seemed so quick because you're enjoying it while you're doing it. How long is it, bottom to the top?
Bottom to top takes about 13, 14 minutes.
Did that feel like 13 minutes?
Ah, it was good. And the sign down the bottom says speed, 3m/s, metres per second.
That's right.
Michelle Reiki is the marketing manager at the Eagle, and before we head back down, Ross felt the need to continue his survey.
Tell me, Michelle, are we on the Mornington Peninsula or the Peninsula?
I say the peninsula.
Tick.
After the break,
Safely assume it's a jackalope.
Oh, I can see a lot more jackrabbit than I can see antelope.
Oh, gee.
Holy moly.
So far today on the Moveable Feast, we've tasted some ethically roasted coffee and enjoyed amazing views from the top of Arthur's Seat right here on the Mornington Peninsula. Or is that the Peninsula?
Safely assume it's a jackalope.
Oh, I can see a lot more jackrabbit than I can see antelope.
Do you want a jackalope fact?
Yeah.
A collective noun for a group of jackalopes?
Yeah.
A flagadoot.
You're making that up.
I'm not making that up.
Jackalope is the newest hotel down this way and houses 2 restaurants, a bar and 46 amazing rooms, which we'll get to later. First up, we're visiting Rare Hair, a food store and cellar door all in one.
How are we going with the menu?
Pretty good, Sophie. The problem is I think I'd eat just about anything on it. You happy if we let Sophie decide?
yep, more than happy, so.
Perfect. I'll speak to the chefs and get them to sort something out.
Beautiful. Of course. Thank you.
We left our fate in the hands of executive chef Guy Stanaway and his team while we enjoyed the views across the Willow Creek Winery.
The entrees, Negroni cured trout and Blanc de Blanc oysters arrived. Looks like Ross is going to have to wait a little bit longer for something to eat.
Do you not eat oysters?
I don't eat oysters.
Seriously? I knew you weren't going to touch this one, but I didn't really care, to be honest.
Well, you know what they say? They say they don't. You start eating, they don't wait at Buckingham Palace. Someone told me that. I've never checked on whether it's true or not. That at Buckingham Palace, as soon as the plate's laid in front of you, bang, and you don't wait for all 800 people to be served.
So if that's Negroni cured trout, what's it been cured in? Don't say Negroni.
I was going to say a Negroni cocktail.
Yeah, which is?
Campari. And something.
Gin, vermouth.
Right, okay.
It's good.
All yours.
A handcrafted oven takes pride of place in Rare Hair, where the chefs work not only with local produce, but produce from the large kitchen garden on the grounds of the hotel.
So here we have our roasted pumpkin with pomegranate and grain salad, our green and yellow beans with shaved egg, and our charcoaled eggplant with red miso, chilli and coriander.
Right, that was
Enjoy.
that was singled out, was it not? The eggplant.
Yeah, I believe so. And the funny thing is, so we've spoken before, haven't we, about things when they're on the menu you have to order them, which usually is a protein, so, you know, goat or rabbit or bug if it's there. Eggplant's my new one. If it's on a menu, I have to try it.
That is gorgeous, that eggplant, and doesn't taste particularly eggplanty.
Ross seemed to be waiting for something. Then the slow-cooked duck made it to our table.
I've been holding back. Not now.
You're ready for this one, aren't you?
We had that
gonna
debate,
take this
haven't we,
plate
about
over.
whether duck should be pink or not. And there are competing arguments. Look at that. See, that's
Oh,
beautiful.
no, that's pretty good. That's beautiful.
Where am I going to put it there, shall I? I've got a plate in there.
You've just stolen the plate. Oh, gee.
Holy moly.
Look at that.
It didn't take long for Ross to catch Chef Stanaway's eye and get him over for a chat.
Hey, let's start with the duck. How long does that cook for?
Well, we cook that for 12 hours actually, really low, so we do about 82. We sous vide that, so we cook it in the duck fat. But yeah, it gives you a beautifully tender result, and then we finish it through the wood fire to bring it back up to temperature. So yeah.
It's interesting to hear so many chefs these days say we believe in locally sourced produce and and that sort of stuff. I'm waiting for the day that the chef comes out and says, I try to get them from as far away as I possibly can. Right, this may not be a fair question to ask you, given that you are originally from New Zealand, but are we on the Mornington Peninsula or the Peninsula?
We always class it as the Mornington Peninsula.
Mornington Peninsula fights back. Congratulations, not only on the food, not only on the restaurant, But on the review from Dan Stock and the Herald Sun.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys coming down here and supporting us.
Thanks, Guy.
Thank you.
Quite easy.
With Ross's poll running at Peninsula 2, Mornington Peninsula 1, we headed to the hotel to meet manager Tracy Atherton and see our rooms.
Hi, Kate. Hi, welcome to Jackalope.
Thanks very much, Ross.
Hi,
Greetings,
Ross.
how are you?
Yeah, good.
I've been a little bit excited to come and have a look.
Oh, good.
So are we allowed to see the room straight away?
Yes, absolutely. Follow me.
Thank you.
The short walk to our rooms took us past Flagadoot, Jackalope's bar, that looks like an art installation and comes complete with a blue snooker table. And past Doot Doot Doot, their fine dining restaurant which contains a huge lighting installation by Melbourne-based chandelier designer Jan Fluke.
Kate, this is your room. This is the wonderful lair.
Is it bigger than Ross's?
Yes, double.
Oh, good grief.
Good grief is right. My lair is amazing, with a bar, lounge, bedroom, bathroom and a huge terrace with two-way fireplace that I may never leave. Ross was in a vineyard room with views across, yeah, that's right, the vineyard.
That's one big esky. Well, today's been fun. Some very nice houses up on these ridges here, are they not? From Money McMoneybags. Yeah. But it's been good.
It's been amazing, beautiful. What a beautiful spring day for Victoria.
This is where you say tomorrow's another day?
Tomorrow's another day, Ross.
After the break, we meet a Canadian who is living the Australian dream.
You've married a girl who owns a brewery.
Yes, I think you said that right, actually.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
So far today on a Moveable Feast, we've flown on an eagle and discovered the secrets of the jackalope. But a new day and a good night's sleep under our belts, we're back on the road.
Oh, you should have seen it down at Balnarring Beach this morning. Those horses galloping along this red sky. It's just the real romance of the turf. It was unbelievable. I'm sorry you couldn't get up early to do it.
Did you, seriously?
No.
An easy drive back from the Mornington Peninsula and you're in Cheltenham, which is only 10 kilometres from the city.
What to tell you? Eat and drink.
The Bad Shepherd Brewing Company is just off Nepean Highway and serves an impressive array of award-winning beers, all brewed right here on the premises.
I had this perfect setup about being able to say that I'd met an American in Cheltenham. But it turns out he's Canadian. Derek Hales. What's Canadian doing in, I assume this is industrial estate, is the correct description, in Cheltenham?
This is light industrial, yeah. Running a brewery and trying to make a living out of it.
Your wife Dee Dee is here, more
Yes.
of her later. Is she one of the owners of the brewery?
Yes, we own it together, so.
You do realise that you are living the Australian dream. You've married
absolutely.
You've married a girl who owns a brewery.
Yeah, yes. I think you said that right, actually. I married a girl who owns a brewery.
You've just had Good Beer Week where you've picked up how many goals?
We won 3 golds.
3 goals.
Time to get tasting some beer, but you know Ross, he needs to make everything a competition.
No pointing, because one of those is a gold medal winner, isn't it?
Yes, one of them is.
And you have not told her, have you?
No.
Do we know what type of beer each one is?
Yep, I'll tell you about it. So this one is the Checkmate Pilsner. It's a Czech Pilsner. It's our light, approachable beer. So this next one is the American Pale Ale. This is our top seller on site.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3, this is our New World India Pale Ale.
Last one.
Last one, this is our double chocolate hazelnut brown. It's brewed with hazelnuts, Dutch processed cocoa, Frangelico vanilla, and creme de cacao.
One of those is a gold medal winner.
One of them is.
It's not that one.
Correct.
Oh, gee.
I'm
going to say it's not the IPA.
Correct.
It's one of those two.
Right. Do you want to rethink that?
I'm pretty confident it's that one.
I'll go for this one then.
Well done, Kate.
You made me rethink when I said it was one of those two.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Or in this case, winner, winner, barbecued meat dinner. Time to get the food.
Oh, Dee Dee. Did I mention, Ross, they were just the sides?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Seriously. Are you going to take us through some of this? I'm looking at the sides and I feel like I can guess some of them.
Go ahead.
But some of them I'm definitely a little confused. That's going to be cornbread.
Yep.
Is that sweet potato?
Yes.
What have you done to it?
It's basically roasted sweet potatoes mashed up with egg, milk, loads of butter, vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, and then it's got a pecan crumble on the top, baked in the oven.
You could easily fill up on the sides at Bad Shepherd, but the star of the show is the barbecued meat.
Is this good beer food?
Excellent beer food, and we haven't eaten for 23 minutes, so we might just start. Oh my goodness.
Smoky and sweet.
Oh no. Seriously.
Brisket baby.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
The meats at Bad Shepherd are fantastic. In the words of a very famous Australian, do yourself a favour.
That was good. What do you reckon? I thought we could have a walk and maybe work off that food.
Before stopping into somewhere else to eat some more food.
Well, to be fair, we're going to work off the food by cooking some more food.
Literally around the corner is a cooking school run by Nellie Kerrison. Relish Mama runs cooking courses that turn into dinner parties, all in a beautiful, purpose-built kitchen and dining area.
I got changed into this adorable outfit in your office, so I saw how many cookbooks you've got.
Oh,
so...
no, they're the ones hiding from my husband. You should see the ones.
That's not the collection.
That's not the collection.
Right, so you've got a range of national... I saw some Rick Stein, I
love
saw
Rick Stein.
some Sicily, so we got a range. Where geographically you're taking us to cook?
We're going to Morocco today, so we're going to make a beautiful chamoula, and with that chamoula we're going to turn it into a tagine, which you don't necessarily have to. Chamoula is a bit of a magic ingredient. Quite
Could
often...
you possibly slow down? You might as well turn chamoula into... You might as well said we're turning Collins Street into Spencer Street. What's chamoula?
Is that the spice mix or the paste?
It is. It's a herby spice mix.
Time to get our chamoula on.
So, into a food processor goes garlic, coriander, ginger, ground cumin, chilli, Spanish paprika, salt and pepper, and a little squeeze of lemon.
Then you just need a little bit of red wine vinegar just to give it a lift.
So to make it like a little bit
Just gives it a beautiful kick.
With the addition of olive oil, the magic chamoula is done. Nellie adds it to the chicken that will become part of our tagine. At this point, Chef Ross takes over.
I'll handle the dust and the yellow stuff.
So that is saffron that has been infused in water to bring out the flavour.
So away I go? All of it?
Away you go.
No
Yep.
possible errors?
No possible errors.
Okay.
Nellie adds the chamoula chicken into my spice tagine and then mutters the words I've been waiting to hear.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
After the break, we get to taste the one that Nellie prepared earlier.
So far today on a Moveable Feast, we've made our way back towards the city from the Mornington Peninsula and discovered a couple of food havens along the way. At Relish Mama, owner Nellie Kerrison left us hanging with those words I've waited some time to hear.
Here's one I prepared earlier. There we go.
Oh, hello. Here's one she prepared earlier.
Yeah, take a seat. One more peppermint wafer.
You can do it. You can do it.
Don't you?
Just a creosote.
You have to taste it. I hope you love it.
Hey, what they said, my mate who was in the army, they said, always eat.
Always eat.
Did we squeeze some lemon on that?
No, you don't need to. Okay. It's got a little bit of preserved lemon in the dish too.
While we ate the beautiful Moroccan tagine, Nellie explained that none of the food we've made today will go to waste. Relish Mama make regular donations to Second Bite, a charity that makes sure excess food gets to the people who need it.
I went through the Moroccan desert on a traditional form of transport.
On the camel?
A quad bike. It's like a motorised Peter O'Toole.
Oh, very funny.
It's great.
Back in the car and just a couple of minutes down the road, we're in Brighton to find one of the smallest restaurants we visited.
This is an amazingly successful business. I had heard lots about it, but I hadn't seen it, and we turned up today. The footprint of the place is tiny.
Yes. Well, originally it used to be our rubbish room. So 4 years ago, we had this idea to start serving burgers out of there, and so that's the hole in the wall that it is now.
Royale Brothers are tucked away at the western end of Church Street, Brighton, and Ross and I, unable to eat another bite, have decided we might order takeaways.
We wondered about the name, so the Royale Brothers.
Yes.
The Royale coming from?
Pulp Fiction, Royale with cheese, which is our signature burger.
Ross has ordered the Royale with cheese, and I've gone with the Bacon Royale because in my world, everything tastes better with bacon.
You sold, I was told at the Royal Show last year, you sold 17,000. Does that sound about right?
In excess of that, yes.
In excess of 17,000.
It's a busy 10 days.
17,000 in 10 days.
Yeah. It's a lot of burgers, isn't it?
That is a lot of burgers. Does that mean you're going to be bigger and better this year?
Yeah, we're hoping to do the same, if not more, but also we've got a couple other concepts that we want to do out there, some fried chicken.
Royale Brothers have another concept right next door. Licking's Fine Ice Cream, as the name suggests, sells ice cream, but they also make shakes. So it'd be a shame not to add one of those to our takeaway order.
Here you go, guys, the Bacon Royale, the Royale with cheese and the 2 shakes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Good man.
Liz covered a few Ks.
Consumed a few calories.
Yeah.
Bradman's average?
99.94.
Kilograms. Next time on a Moveable Feast, hidden secrets of the northern suburbs. Is it safe?
Serious?
The biggest plate of food on earth.
Oh, that's glorious.
Wow, that packs a punch. Bottle shop with a very welcome surprise.
This not hidden. This hidden.
We pretend it's not 10 o'clock in the morning, get you to pour us a beer. And a treatment that can take years off your life. Wow, I look amazing. Starting next week, the footy returns to Sundays on 7. So you can see an all-new episode of the Moveable Feast at the new time of Saturday, 5:30 p.m. See you then.